I'm just going to repeat this because this is literally what I said at the very, very beginning and what will lead to the explanation to your question. Never ever use vaccines that do not induce sterilizing immunity. So to your point, that cannot prevent infection. Never ever use this type of vaccines to do mass vaccination in the midst of a pandemic. If you get infected normally, we're not talking about a pandemic, you get infected, there is a viral load, of course, due to the infection, right? And then almost after you have transmitted the virus, very often it's like this, the antibodies start to mount. So the antibodies, the peak is reached after the bulk of the viral replication has already taken place. So that means these antibodies that you generate can no longer put this virus under pressure. It's already gone almost by the time these antibodies mount. If you are now vaccinating people during a pandemic, that means that the antibodies are mounting while they can be confronted with the virus. There you start to put immune pressure on the virus. So these combinations of doing massively, having a population that massively, because you do mass vaccination, put pressure on the virus, combined with vaccination programs that are conducted in the midst of a pandemic, this can only lead to natural selection of the fittest. And because many people are in a similar situation, this variant that then can overcome the pressure will, of course, be enriched in the population, and it will ultimately become the dominant variant. And you can see many studies have been done. I have a study here from Canada where they introduced mass vaccination, and in August they had 50% of the Delta variant circulating. 1 month later, they had 100% was Delta. So we have never ever been saying that these more infectious variants were generated by the vaccines or by mass vaccination. No, they were already circulating. They existed already. But what mass vaccination has done, it has, within a short time frame, generated an excellent breeding ground for these more infectious variants, so that now their propagation has exploded as a result of the mass vaccination.